Hello, I'm Jacquis.
And I'm Kristen. Welcome to Pillow Talk on Hatch Plus, where we want to hear from all of you out there.
Yes.
You can reach out to us at pillowtalk@hatch.co. Listeners, you can send in questions, stories, voice memos, grievances. You can ask for advice. We might even end up playing a clip of you on the show or inviting you on as a future guest.
Ooh, look at that.
All right, Jacquis, with that announcement out of the way, I just want to know how you're doing tonight. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing so well, but I have to confess, I think my voice might be a little bit hoarse because I was at the New York Liberty game last night. They were playing against Indiana, and I may have been yelling my lungs out.
Yeah. Listen, that's a true fan right there. Caitlin Clark was not an active member of the roster at that game, if I remember correctly, right?
That is correct. Indiana's superstar player, Caitlin Clark, is why a lot of people wanted to be at the game. And then when it was announced in the afternoon she wouldn't be there, a lot of the remaining tickets were suddenly up for sale for less than half price. So I swooped in. I got some VIP tickets for just a smidgen of what their worth were. And so I got to sit in these fantastic seats and cheer, cheer, cheer as our New York Liberty took home the win. It was fantastic.
That's wild that just because she wasn't playing, that the tickets went down, because the Liberty are the current champions of the WNBA. Which
they're so good. In the Eastern Conference, nobody is topping them right now. They're the best.
Right.
You'd think everybody would want to show up. And frankly, a lot of celebrities were there last night, Jacquis, so it was so fun.
I hope that more players or more fans start showing up to the games, even if Caitlin Clark isn't playing, because some really great players in the league right now.
Oh, yeah. They're phenomenal. And I got to say, I feel like WNBA, the players are so much more collaborative. The passing is so much more artistic. People play as a team. It's not like one person's just trying to be the superstar plowing down the center of the court, trying to dunk. Everybody's working together really beautifully. And it's really fun to watch. It almost is like, how did this choreography come about? It's amazing, some of the stuff that the women do in the WNBA. So yeah, hats off to them. And I hope more people go out and watch their games or cheer for them on ESPN or wherever they're watching.
Yeah, I am a suffering Bulls fan. And we suck. And NBA has gotten weirder over the past decade or two where, you don't really follow teams anymore. Like, you still may follow your team, but you also just follow superstars now.
Yes.
So, like, a fan of LeBron James, for instance, will be a Cavaliers fan one year, and then will be a Miami Heat fan another year, and then a Lakers fan. And, like, Chicago is a very proud sports city.
Yes.
There is something in me that's like, I cannot truly say I'm a fan of another team because I'm a fan of the Bulls. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. Since you grew up in Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, has a WNBA team, right?
Yes, and they've won a lot of championships. Frankly, they are a fantastic team, and they just barely lost to the Liberty last year, just barely.
Yeah, so as someone from Minnesota who's a fan of the WNBA, are you more of a Liberty fan than a Minnesota fan because you're currently in New York, or do you still root for your hometown over everybody?
Oh, no, I cheer for the Liberty because the first WNBA game I ever went to was in New York when the Liberty still played in Madison Square Garden. And so I kind of feel like that's where my heart is. They're with the Liberty.
Okay.
And Minnesota, I'll still keep my heart there when it comes to the Minnesota Twins. But WNBA, they just weren't really quite a thing yet until after I left there. And now they're huge. But what about you, Jacquis? Are you always going to be a Chicago guy when you are cheering? You're not going to switch it up based on where you live at a certain point?
Nah, I believe in loyalty.
Unlike LeBron James. Oh, did I just say that?
Yeah, no, I believe in loyalty. I'm Chicago everything, except for the White Sox. I will root against the White Sox.
Oh.
I will root against them at all times.
That's acceptable because it's not like you're not cheering for Chicago. You're just cheering for the good team. Oh, yeah. Did I say that? Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did, and you meant it.
And I've been to a Cubs game. It was fantastic. Going
Wrigley's great.
to see the Cubs play live at Wrigley Field, it really felt like an iconic moment in my life.
Yeah, it's a great park.
And it's part of Americana in a way that very few ballparks in America can say that they're a part of American history.
I love that. And you are 100% right. I love Wrigley. I love the Cubs. And yeah, a lot of people just love to go to it, even if they're not baseball fans, just to say, like, I've heard about this. I want to be a part of this. I want to say that I've went to it. And, you know, right now you get a good team because the Cubs are a good team as of this Pillow Fort talk. But you brought up something. You brought up the fact that it's an historic park. And I am very interested because you are a super inquisitive person. And so, like, you know, going to Wrigley is one of those things that you know, kind of dream about. You may go down rabbit holes, you know what I'm saying, thinking about the different parks. So I'm wondering, is there anything else that you have been curious about lately, wanting to learn more about, visit, anything like that, that you want to talk about?
Yes. One thing I have been curious about, sports is actually a jumping off point for this topic because I was at a sporting event recently where at one point they were playing the Macarena. The Jumbotron is focusing in on people doing the Macarena. And it got me to wondering, what happens to all of these bands, all of these musicians and singers who create one-hit wonders? Like in some case, the one-hit wonder lives on forever. It's in a sports stadium. It's in advertisements and so on.
Yeah.
But maybe we don't even remember the name of the band that made the one-hit wonder. We might not even remember the singer. In some cases, it seems like maybe they try to make comebacks again and again and again. And in some cases, it just seems like they disappear entirely. And so just some examples. What I mean by one-hit wonders are like Bop by Hanson, or I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred, or Hey Mickey, You're So Fine, You Blow My Mind by Tony Basil. Like these are like different one-hit wonders I think about. And I'm like, what happened to these people? And Jacquis, I'm curious, how would you feel if you were the singer, if you were the force behind a one-hit wonder? How would you feel about that? Would you be super pumped or would you be super sad because it was just one hit?
Oh, I would be pissed.
Oh, you would?
Yeah. Yeah. If it was me, I would assume that if I have something that is popular, is popping, I'm assuming that I either have an album or I'm going to try to strike while the iron is hot and try to capitalize off of those things. And all of those other things were failures. And so I'm pissed about that. And I think eventually you probably get over it. And then you just kind of relent to the fact that, all right, this is what people know me from. And then maybe you try to like parlay off of that in some shape, form, or fashion, and, you know, in the distant future. Because like Hanson was still, I'm looking at the encyclopedia, the Pillow Fort Encyclopedia. They're still releasing albums. They have like 8 albums total right now.
Yes, they do, but they have no hit songs. Jacquis, I dare you to name a top hit song of theirs that's not Bop.
Nothing. I know. I would never know. But like, there are people who still know Hanson for that reason, and they're still releasing albums. So, you know, I think you just have to shift your mind.
Okay.
And then like Hanson, for instance, was, if I'm not mistaken, they were on the Masked Singer. So like, you know, you get to enter back into the zeitgeist every once in a while because people remember that one hit. So I think it would eventually be okay. But in the year to 15 years after that one hit, I will be pissed.
Interesting. You would be happy 20 years later when now you're kind of retro and vintage and people think you're fun and they're bringing you onto talent shows and so on. At that point, you're like, yeah, I'm glad I was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, I would still be trying to get a hit.
So you would be like Hanson and still trying to make it happen even though there's no hits coming.
100%. What are some of like the top one-hit wonders? Do we know?
Here's my thought, first of all. I just want to say, I totally understand where you're coming from. You're like, I made this amazing song. It's everywhere. It's up on top of the charts for months at a time. Why is that the only thing that's stuck? And I understand you're being upset there, but I just want to propose a different perspective here.
Let's hear it.
Let's say, for example, you have a one-hit wonder song,
Mm-hmm.
like Chumbawamba's song, I Get Knocked Down, but I Get Up Again. You know that song?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that's what it was called.
No, the song is called Tub Thumping, but no one remembers the name. So everyone just calls it I Get Knocked Down, but I Get Up Again.
Yeah, exactly.
But that song, they still make royalties off of it.
Of course.
And they just owned it. And they were like, yeah, whatever. We're one-hit wonders. This is great. We have nothing to feel bad about. And now we're, 25 years later, and we're still making money off of this? Yeah. So they have a good attitude about it. Or here's another example. Vanilla Ice. We know only one song from him, right? Ice Ice Baby. Mm-hmm. He went on to have a really big career as a house flipper, and then eventually starred in a TV show all about flipping houses where he renovates them. Or Tracy Ullman, do you know the comedian, actor?
Yeah.
She's an icon. She had one hit song. She was a one-hit wonder when she was a pop star. And it came out in 1979. And she herself said, I should have just stopped there. I was never going to have another hit. Why did I keep trying to make it work? And I'm a great actor, a great writer, a great comedian. I should have just immediately gone to that. Mm-hmm. And then once she did, now she's a legend.
Mm-hmm. I hear what you're saying. I think that all of those people feel exactly how I do.
You think they went through the frustrated, angry phase?
Of course. Yeah, Vanilla Ice was mad that he fell off in the way he did. Who's this band? Chumpa Wampa Bamba. They also, trust me, they saying that now, oh yeah, man, 25 years later, you still making royalties. And that's nice. But in them first 2-3 years after that song came out, I bet you were still trying to make hits.
Yeah.
Even Tracy Ullman, 15, 20 years later, with the change of career, you happy. But she even acknowledged, why did I even keep trying? So yeah, she was trying.
Oh yeah, because she did keep trying for a little while there.
And frustration is what made her stop. Frustration is what made her stop. Look, you're not wrong at all. I think we're kind of saying the same thing. I think I'm just focusing more on the, right after.
Yes.
But the truth of the matter is, once you can kind of let that go, I think I would appreciate the fact that I had a hit song and I live in lore. I live in the forever zeitgeist for this hit song, and you still make money off of it and all these things. I think all of that is dope. But yeah, I think if you were to ask anybody who's classified as a one-hit wonder, they would all probably say, I wish I had 2 hits.
Okay, fair. Yes. I think nobody actually wants to be introduced on a talk show as and now, one-hit wonder, right, said Fred. Nobody wants to be introduced that way. It would be nice if they had 2 hits or maybe 3. But one other thing to keep in mind.
What's that?
Every one-hit wonder, I am guessing, gets to have a normal life. You can go out with your friends, paparazzi, they aren't following you. The rags are not tapping your phones.
True.
And you don't hopefully have to worry about people dating you just because you're famous. I imagine if you're Nicole Kidman, if you're, I don't know, Eddie Murphy, you might always in the back of your mind be thinking is this person dating me because they like me or because I'm Eddie Murphy, right?
I mean, Eddie got 52 kids. I think he don't care. But I think Eddie's you want me just because I'm famous? Let's hit the bed.
That's fine.
That's fine. But no, you're right. That's the ideal for everybody. I think the ideal for everyone is you get to work and you get to do the thing you love, which, some like Hanson, for instance, they're probably happy as hell because they're still making music and they get to live a relatively normal life by the standards that we set a normal life is, in relation to a celebrity. But then I think of somebody what's his name? Rick
Astley.
Yeah, Rick Astley.
Never going to give you up, never going to let you down.
Which is a one-hit wonder. His one-hit wonder is probably one of the more famous in the zeitgeist one-hit wonders because it became Rick rolling. Which is, you play a video And then right before it gets to the part you want to see, like, never gonna give you up, just like comes on and like you get rickrolled, which has become like such a meme and a part of the daily social zeitgeist. So for him, he actually does not get paid for that song. He got screwed out of his royalties and everything because record labels also are not always good to these artists. So his happiness comes from the fact that, you know, people just still remember him, but he doesn't get the money, you know, so like he still gets a little bit of the acclaim, and that's where his happiness comes from because he's not getting the money or anything, you know, from that song. So there are probably some that wish they could still have the fame like
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
It'd be nice to have both, right? Both the money and the fame.
In the way you want it. Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think at the end of the day, though, I think would be fine being a one-hit wonder. I'd be like, all right, I did that one thing and I'm going to collect royalty checks forever. And I got to be famous for a year and a half and it was really fun. And that's fine. Now I can just go to the grocery store and no one's bothering me.
Got you. Yeah. No, that's true.
Tell me, is this a nutty idea?
What is it?
What if there was a national tour just called One Hit Wonders?
I love it.
And it would be Rick Astley, Tony Basil, Dexy's Midnight Runners singing Come On Eileen, Soft Cell singing Tainted Love, Macarena, all of that stuff. And every band goes on and just plays one song and then they leave.
I love that. I have a list of the top 10 one-hit wonders from like a VH1 thing they put out a couple years ago, in their opinion. So I want to hear if this sounds like a good concert to you as well. We have the Macarena by Los Del Rio. That's number 1. We have Tainted Love by Soft Cell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Tainted Love is a great song.
It still is. It holds up. Yeah.
We have Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Okay, that still slaps too. I love that song.
Yes, absolutely. I'm Too Sexy, Right Said Fred. Obviously, classic.
So ridiculous. That song is so ridiculous. Yeah.
So ridiculous. We have Mickey by Tony Basil. Here's one that was a huge hit. Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Men.
I forgot about that song. I completely forgot about it, and now it's going to be in my head for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Listen, you're going to be wondering who let the dogs out in your dreams. Ice Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice. We have Take On Me by Aha. I didn't know that was a one-hit one. That's such a big 80s song.
It is. Huge song.
My gosh. We have Rico Suave by Geraldo.
I think it was Gerardo.
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're right. And then we have 99 Luftballons by Nina.
Yes, 99 red balloons, something. And yes. Oh my gosh. Wow.
This is a good list. What do you like this concert, and would you add one more?
Okay, I would add My Girl Likes to Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
Do you know this song, Jacquis?
Oh, yes. 100%.
I'm so glad, because anytime I bring it up, almost nobody remembers it besides me. And I'm like, you really don't remember the song? Really?
No, we got it. Now, let me tell you, in the Black community of a certain age, we remember this song. Eddie Murphy and Rick James. Oh, yeah. I remember.
I loved that because it was so completely a surprise for a lot of people. Like, but hold on, Beverly Hills Cop, hold on, 48 Hours, hold on, what? Now you have a number 1 pop song? What?
Yeah, Eddie can sing too.
Yeah. So I think he needs to be part of this lineup at this concert as well. Yeah.
Okay. This sounds like a great concert.
Oh, it's going to be so fun, Jacquis. We're going to have the best time at this concert.
This was a fun thing to think about before we lay our heads down for the night. So thank you for taking us down this rabbit hole.
Happy to do it. I'm never going to give you up or let you down, Jacquis.
Well, thank you, because I do love to party all the time.
Well, good night, Jacquis.
Have a fantastic night. Good night.